Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ed Moran from Visionary AI Partners. Today I'm joined by real estate entrepreneur Mark Perry, founder of ShowMe Solution Properties in Orlando, Florida. Mark specializes in creating cash flow through property management, house flipping, and residential real estate. He's also the author of 2 motivational ebooks, Shifting Your Mind from Poverty to Prosperity and Give Yourself a Second Chance. Mark's journey is all about mindset, opportunity, and building lasting wealth through real estate. Mark, great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
So let's start with your journey. What inspired you to get into real estate, and how did ShowMe Solution Properties come to life?
Well, really what inspired me in the past, I think I started probably about maybe 10 years ago. And, I was just kind of working a job and got tired of the job and wanted to do something different. I knew I was able and capable of doing something better and something more in life. So one thing I thought about was real estate, but I wanted to know, how can I get involved in real estate with little or to no money down? So that's when I ran into my first mentor, and she taught me the game of flipping properties, how to buy properties up to, and creative financing. And that's how the journey started from there, as I was taking action and developing relationships with other investors and also motivated sellers. So that was the process of how it happened. And ShowMe Solution just came about because I created that name and that brand as I was going along with my journey. So ShowMe Solution was more because I was located in the Midwest. In the Midwest, it's a Show Me state. So that's why I named it ShowMe Solution Properties, but we also solve solutions for individual motivated sellers of distressed properties. So that's how my journey started. And it started roughly about 10 years ago.
Okay. And you built your business around cash flow, property management, house flipping. What's your biggest lesson you've learned in creating consistent income through real estate?
The biggest lesson that I learned creating consistent income from real estate is, I think it's just more of taking a leap of faith, trusting the process. A lot of times people stay on the sideline because they might think the interest rates are high right now, or maybe there's not enough opportunities out there for them. But I will assure you that, you just must be persistent and committed to what you're doing in real estate and continue to take the action and trust the process. And you don't know how the plan is going to unfold, but I assure you, if you trust the process and you consistently take action, then somehow, some way, you'll get the opportunities that you're looking for.
So that brings me, as you were just kind of mentioning, real estate, it could be unpredictable. How do you stay motivated and focused when the market changes or deals don't go as planned?
Consistency. I would say that's the biggest thing, consistency, because there's a lot of deals that might not go your way. There might be individuals that might not reach back out to you. There might be a lot of miscommunication. But I would just say, just keep moving on, just have consistency, be resilient every single day. And these deals and these opportunities will show up as long as you stay persistent in what you're doing. There's plenty of opportunities out there. Yes, the market has shift, but that doesn't have to be the mental mindset that you have to have. Have the mindset of optimistic opportunities and process. And the more that you do that, the more that you'll be able to win in this game of real estate.
So what you would say consistency and being persistent is probably pushing through, right?
Yes, pushing through and just trusting, and then having the right mindset of just telling yourself, every day in every way, somehow, some way, great things always work out for me. And as you say that to yourself and then take the action as you go along. And yes, it might not show up today. It might not show up tomorrow. It might not show up next week, but eventually the opportunity will show up. And the next thing you know, there will be a snowball effect and you'll get more and more deals and more opportunities.
Excellent. So what would you say in going on right now in the Orlando market that's got you excited?
I think what got me excited in the Orlando market is there's a lot of inventory right now. So there's a lot of properties right now that's listed on the MLS that can't sell. So the best strategy to use for that is, call the inspiring listings, the ones that can't sell, and see if you could do something creative with them. See if you can do a creative financing, or you could take over an existing loan sub two. Those are good opportunities right now, especially when there's a lot of properties on the market. But you want to make sure that you're looking for nice, clean houses that they can be, you can rent them out, or you can get a mortgage on that house later on down the line. So you want to be able to be consistent with that. Reach out to real estate agents, reach out to other investors that have properties. But there's a lot of inventory right now due to the interest rates, and there are not a lot of people buying because, as you know and I know, the higher the interest rate, the higher your mortgage will be. So individuals are even still stuck in their properties and they can't refi because they might have a lower interest rate. And if they refinance it at a higher interest rate, then their mortgage will be higher. So this is a great opportunity to find good off-market or good market deals to where you can potentially do something creative for sure.
How or are you using technology, specifically AI? It's changing the way investors find, manage properties. How do you see AI tools transforming the real estate industry, especially in areas like property analysis, marketing, and management?
I think AI is a great tool right now for real estate investors as myself, especially if you're a wholesaler, because we're a wholesaling company. So mainly what we mainly do is flip a lot of properties through multiple cities and multiple sub-markets. So I think the AI is definitely great to have right now. I mean, I'm using a tool platform right now. One of my guys is helping me with cold calling motivated sellers, getting list scrubbed and be able to call these sellers to see if they're interested in selling their properties. And then also the AI can help you with continuing to find cash buyers that have been buying properties within the last 6 months. We used to go a year, but now we're focusing on more of like 6 months. So the better that you can be equipped with the AI to where they can find you buyers that bought in the last 6 months. And if you can find a motivated seller to where you can get a deeply discounted price on that deal, then you'll have a good opportunity to sell that deal to one of your cash buyers. And that could be any city in any state.
So you're finding that it speeds up or streamlines you finding those potential buyers and properties?
Yes, absolutely. It definitely screams a lot. And then you can kind of do the things you need to do and focus on the motivated sellers coming in, and then, negotiating your prices with them to where you can get it at a good discount. Because right now, as I'm seeing, we're back into the normal market. Back in 2021, 2020, the market was a little different. Everybody was putting bids on properties. Now the market has changed. So we have to go back to normality to where now there's buyers to where, they want to buy properties at a deeply discount. So you got to make sure that you purchase these properties right for sure in order to sell them.
As someone who values mindset and innovation, how do you personally balance the human intuition with data-driven AI insights when making real estate and or business decisions?
I think it's just more of thinking patterns. I mean, the technology we have nowadays, it definitely works, but if you have a belief in your heart that, it could work or it might not work, it might not work for you. So I would think, it starts with you first, developing that right mindset and getting the right tools and the strategies to put into your business to where that you can create prosperity and wealth for yourself, and having that mindset, knowing that everything will work out. Even if you got to adjust and change, everything will consistently always work out. The technology is always going to be there, but you have to work it, but also trust it to make it work. It can't be, hey, I got the technology, but then I'm questioning, second guessing in what I'm doing. It still might not work for you because it's the energy and the frequency that you're throwing out there. So you must make sure that the technology that you're doing, you must know for certainty that it will work for you no matter what. And that's the right mindset. And that's the abundant mindset you must have moving through this journey of real estate.
Do you feel it gives you an advantage along between yourself and the technology combined, the AI with the streamlining the process? Do you feel that gives you any kind of advantage than somebody who is not doing that? Like time wise?
Yes, absolutely. I'm definitely implementing AI into my business right now based on the wholesaling, as we mentioned. It definitely gives you advantage because more time, more freedom, especially if you have these AIs doing cold calling. You set up the cold calling with your calendar to bring in the motivated sellers. You get your acquisition lead team. You just need one person that can call these sellers, and even if they're not interested right now, that's fine. You can just put them on a database with AI to where you can follow up with them within the next 60 to 90 days. So yes, it definitely helps. And I'm grateful and thankful for the tools of AI and the platforms that they currently have right now to where I can utilize this into the wholesaling business, and it can be nationwide. So yes, it definitely gives you an advantage over someone that's not doing it or someone that just thinks that they can just cold call and do all this stuff themselves. It's going to take them a tremendous amount of time. So yes, it definitely gives you a disadvantage from other wholesalers.
Moving forward, if you're implementing this technology, your company, where do you see yourself in the next 6 to 12 months with everything you're doing now and what you're planning to do?
I see our company being a multi-million-dollar company. Right now, we're close to that, but we want to be able to get to that $6-7 million range. So I think if we implement more of the AI tools from the cold calling to the cash buyers, and then getting a few more disposition individuals that can also help build the buyers list, get an acquisition lead gen to where they can do that as well, what they need to do to where they can make sure that the seller is motivated or creative financing, because some of these deals too, there are going to be some creatives in there. There are going to be some to where, you can buy it at 50 cent, 40 cent on the dollar, but there's also going to be some where you can't do that, but we still can do something with those deals. So it's all going to be from cash, also equity as well, because there could be some deals we'll take down as, sub to, or we could do a seller finance and we end up taking it down ourselves for cash flow. So we're going to be in a mix of all three combined, but I think it's going in the right direction right now. I'm pretty confident in what I'm seeing and what I'm doing, and we're open. So I think it's going to work out great, and we see ourselves pretty big here in the next couple of years.
I love it. You seem to have a good handle on the market in Orlando, and I love your positivity because I'm big on positivity. I feel friends, every business partner, you are who you hang around.
Yes.
You are who you eat. Yep. You are who you hang out with, so on and so forth. Can you tell us a little bit about your 2 ebooks? Because I feel that is very positive, and I am looking forward to reading them, actually.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, the first book, Shifting Your Mind from Poverty to Prosperity, is a book that I came up with. And, from coming from a lack mentality to a prosperity mentality, changing thinking patterns. When you change the way you think, you change the way you do things. And when you change the way you do things, you change the way you see things. So it's really more of changing the thinking patterns on a day-to-day basis. How can I think differently? How can I see life from a different perspective? And those will shape and mold how you are. And, normally how you change the think pattern, because people ask them, Mark, well, if I had a, lack mentality for many, many years, how can I start changing the thinking mentality? Okay, be observant of what you watch, what you listen to, all these things every day. Start listening to, bombard your mind with, affirmation books, positive self-help books, bombard your stuff with frequency music. Put yourself around these situations to where your mindset starts to shift, your mindset starts to change. Listen to subliminals at nighttime. Change your mind around these things, and then the next thing you know, your mindset and your thinking patterns will change. Even because it's going to show up again, but you'll see it show up and then it will go away quickly. And that's kind of what I've been seeing. Sometimes they show up, but then you reverse them. It's like a jazz fire. It's like when something comes in, you rechange it to something positive. If something negative comes in, because you're going to have those. It's not like your ego is going to go away. You can't destroy your ego. Your ego is always going to be there. So the way that you cultivate your ego is by, either speaking out loud or you jab it with something different. If it's something negative comes in, you switch it with something positive. Or if the ego comes in and says something negative about, this deal or this opportunity, can you take it on? You're nervous. Just tell your ego, just like, hey, relax. Everything's going to work out. and then take full force with that opportunity that you're presenting.
Okay. In the second one, the second ebook?
Yeah, changing self-image is more of just changing self, changing the identity of who you are, who you're looking to become. So those are more of like daily habits. Like you mentioned, the eating
Okay.
right,
Right.
yeah, going to the gym, stuff like that. It still has a lot to do with the mindset, but it's just really changing self-image, of who you looking to become. And a lot of times that might be through visualization. You can visualize your outcome of who you like to be, what kind of body shape you like to have, what kind of friends you'll be around, what type of possessions you would like to have, what type of impact would you like to give out to the world. So changing that self-image within your mind, and then it will show up in the outer world, and it will catch up fast, the more that you do it, for sure.
I feel that's something universal. Everybody could bear to read, because it is universal. Black, white, green.
Yeah.
I love it though, because you started in the show me state, and now
Yeah.
now you're already in another state, and you're growing and growing. And
Yeah.
I love success stories. I love small business, like, because that's
Yeah.
what I've always been. I
Yeah.
in and out the
Absolutely.
whole, what I get. We get knocked down, right, and you got to get back.
Yep.
You got to
You
get
got to
back.
get back up.
Always
Got to.
forward, and you got, if you want something to change, you got to get up and do it. And I think
Absolutely.
your ebooks are great advice. Switching back to your business, what has been the biggest challenge for you in your business right now?
I think the biggest challenge always been me personally. It's not really so much of the seller, the buyers, the finding opportunities, and all that stuff. That stuff comes to you once you become the person you want to be. So I think the biggest challenge is not taking the action you're supposed to take, or maybe delaying, maybe not trusting yourself. A lot of those will be more of the challenge, because the more I trust myself, the more I take the actions I need to take, the more I trust the process, then the opportunities will show itself up for sure, even if I'm doing the marketing or not doing the marketing. Because right now I'm not really doing a lot of marketing. A lot of my 80% to 85% of most of my deals come from other people and relationships. I've been in the business for 10 years, and I always kept good relationships with people, whether it was with brokers, agents, wholesalers, investors. I never beated nobody. I never played nobody in this business for 10 years. And I always kept good relationships. So by me keeping good relationships, people will come back that I haven't even talked to in 2 years. Hey, Mark, I got an opportunity on a multifamily apartment building in Tennessee that I'm direct to seller to. That deal came out of nowhere just from a relationship that I've been knowing him, 2 years ago.
Are you doing business? Sorry to interrupt you. Are you
Like,
doing businesses outside different states also?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so mainly where we focus at. So I'll do some stuff here in, like for instance, Tampa, Orlando. I've been doing stuff in Central Florida, so Tampa, Orlando, and we do stuff up there in Cleveland, Ohio, Akron, Lorain, and then we'll do some stuff in St. Louis, and we'll do stuff in Kansas City, and then Little Rock,
Okay.
Arkansas. And now we're starting to get into a little bit in the Tennessee market, like Memphis, Tennessee, to find cheaper houses. But remind you, I'm not buying and holding in these areas. It's more of flipping contracts in these areas. So, I
Okay.
have investors in the area, and our job is to go find deeply discounted properties, whether that's single family homes or it can be multifamily commercial real estate, because we have a lot of experience in that as well, like storage units, mobile home parks, and also apartment buildings. So we have knowledge in those as well. So when I have buyers or we have individuals that's looking for opportunities, our job is to go find them. We go find them. We find motivated sellers, motivated distressed sellers. We put them under contract with earnest money, and then if there's a spread there, then we'll sell them to our buyers. If not, if it's a commercial deal, we might raise capital and take on the deal ourselves, depending on the cash flow. But mainly on these
How are you
residentials,
finding these deals?
through connections that I have over the 10 years. So brokers will send me deals, pocket listings, agents will send me their pocket listings, other wholesalers that do the same business that I do, they'll send me deals. So I'm
Okay.
mainly getting these deals from other people. So that's why I was mentioning 85% of most of our deals are coming from other people. And then around 15%, we do a little bit of marketing. Like I have a couple VAs. We're implementing the cold calling with the AI.
You're
We're implementing
starting
all that right
to.
now. Yes, yes. And then so that would bring us probably more off-market opportunities from our database. But we're pretty fed right now with just people sending us deals. We probably got right now in the pipeline at least about 20 to 30 deals that we're selling right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. Do you have anything you want to promote or that's happening right now that you want to put out there?
Yeah, I would say mainly if you want to find me, you can go to LinkedIn, just type in Mark Perry, you'll find me on LinkedIn. And if you want to find me on Facebook, just type in Mark Perry. That's mainly the two sites that I do a lot of my real estate business and everything. And
Okay.
we're always here. We're always in the business. We're always doing stuff. We're always connecting with people. So if you're a like-minded individual and you're in a real estate journey, whether you're an investor, an agent, a wholesaler, whatever you are, and you want to connect and you want to send us deals, or if you want us to send you deals and opportunities, you can always, go to my email, info@showmeprops.com. That's info@showmeprops.com. And you can send us any opportunity you have. Or if you just want to reach out and say, hey, hey, Mark, I want to learn a little bit more about real estate and a little bit more about, how to get involved in real estate. We don't mind helping out and showing a little bit of that as well. I don't see myself as a mentor, but if you're serious and you want to do more of a one-on-one with me personally on how to get your first deal, then we can talk more about that. Just send me a quick email and we can go from there.
You are a mentor.
And I forgot to leave my number there. Our office number is 314-310-0567. That is our office direct line. So if you ever want to contact us, one of our assistants will call you back, or leave a message and we'll give you a call back, and we can go from there. But yeah, we're always working, sometimes 5 or 6 days out the week, 10 hours, 9 hours. We're always doing it. So.
And where can they find your ebooks?
You can go to Amazon. Go to Amazon. You just type in "Shifting Your Mind from Poverty to Prosperity" or "Give Yourself a Second Chance" by Mark Perry on both of them. Yeah, just go to Amazon, check it out. Great. It's an ebook, a real small read, nothing too complicated. And let me know what you think on it.
Fantastic. You are a positive role model. And I love it. I might actually hit you up in the future. I'm in Connecticut, but we're thinking we love Orlando, Disney. We're thinking about possibly coming down to you in a few years, or at least have another place, to get out of these New England winters.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great down here, man, for sure. I like that. I've been down here for about it's going on a little over 2 years now. So I like that. Like I mentioned, I'm from Missouri. I'm from the Columbia, Missouri area. It's like right in between Kansas City, Missouri, and St. Louis, like literally right between both cities.
Yeah.
And that's where most of my family lives at. So we're down here. We just took the leap of faith, come out of our comfort zone, and we ended up moving down here. And so far, so it's been so good.
You have a partner, or is it you?
Yes, I do. I have a partner that I'm with. We have about 4 kids together. So. And they're babies. So that's one of the purpose why I do a lot of the stuff I do. Keep myself focused, keep me engaged, and I work out every day. So I take care of my body and just work. That's pretty much what I do.
Hey, Mark, thank you for joining us today and sharing your expertise in real estate and property solutions. Your insights into innovative approaches and market strategies truly highlight the value ShowMe Solution Properties brings to its clients. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to and like Visionary AI Partners for more conversations with leaders transforming real estate and business landscape. I'm Ed Moran. Until next time, stay visionary.